Okay, so I have all of you set to mute upon entry, which I think helps a lot with all that background noise. So sorry it was so quiet. Oh, you could hear the texting bell. Okay, I set it to do not disturb, so you shouldn't hear all my noises. So we wanted to start by, well, first, you guys probably hopefully saw that Lindsay went live today in the team page to talk about Shift Shop, our focus group, test group that's coming up starting tomorrow. If you haven't yet, make sure you watch that. Put that on your list of things to do so that you're aware of like what's going on and how things are being run and all of that good stuff. That's really important to be in the know, especially if you have people in there. And make sure, I know she said this in the video, that you can still invite because this is just a week of prep at first. So you still have time to invite people and get people in there. And make sure that you're going back to your old challengers too and inviting them to join. Old like discount coaches who might be inactive, shoot them a message, see if they want to join us and get them re-engaged and everything. It's a really good opportunity because it's brand new. Okay, I'm reading the chat box. We're going to start by having 2 people share with you tonight. These are people who have rank advanced in the past week. We had 4 rank advancements on Team Evolve in 1 week. That was amazing. That's a really good thing to share, by the way, with your community because it shows that we're awesome and that we're doing things, right? So you guys can be sharing that, even if it's not you, share the success of the people around you and start to create those stories of your team so that then you can start to create the story for yourself. So we're going to have Salida, I hope I'm saying that right, and Erica talk tonight. So hold on, I have this on speaker view so that we can see everybody in the recording, but now I can't see who's actually on the call. So Erica, are you on yet? I'm scrolling, I don't see her. Okay, how about Salida? I see Mindy looking. I don't see her either. Okay, change of plans. Let's give them a minute and I'll start with the other part of our agenda and then hopefully they'll hop on. Can someone message them and make sure that they're coming? Lindsay, Mindy, someone? It's weird not being able to see everybody, but I wanted this on speaker view for like the recording because I feel like every time I do a recording, it's just a bunch of faces. All right, so we'll put that aside, and then what we're going to talk about for the second part is tracking your business. This is a huge deal, guys. So if you don't have a pencil, get a pencil or a pen and start writing. Who here tracks their business in some way? Raise your hand. Okay, I see a lot of hands. I'm impressed. If you did not raise your hand, you've got to figure out a way to track your business. And maybe if you raised your hand, what you're doing now isn't working for you, and maybe you want to reconsider what you're doing. You've seen a lot of posts about Teamzy lately, and I know a lot of you are new, so I want to speak to that. I'm also going to have Colleen share in a couple of minutes about how it's changed her business already, and she's still in the free trial. But real quickly, tracking is going to make sure that people aren't falling through the cracks. It's going to make sure that you're not like missing not only new people, but also the people that you're already connected with. If you're not writing names down, how do you know who to follow up with, right? If your method of tracking right now is scrolling through your Facebook messages and going to the bottom and seeing like who you haven't talked to in a while, that's not a good tracking system. It's not going to work very well for you long term. It might work for a little bit while you're like, starting to grow your business, but it's not going to work long term. It's going to get really confusing for you. There's a ton of different ways to track your business. I know Lindsay likes to use her planner. Like she writes the names down in her planner, and she has a system that works for her where she goes back to the people who, weren't, I think she highlights or crosses them off or something. She goes back to those people and she makes it happen. She's obviously really successful at that method. for me, that wouldn't work. Like I would get really lost. My thoughts would be jumbled. I can't do that, but that works for her. I know Kelly uses Google Streak, right, Kelly? Google Streak is free, and there's lots of colors if you love colors. If you love like organizing things, that might be a good one for you. Again, I tried it. I didn't love it. It didn't click with me, and so it wasn't very successful. We also have the BAT, the Business Activity Tracker. That's a really good place to start. If you have nothing else, I would start with that. That's in the file section of our team page, or ask your coach to help you find that. But it basically gives you everything that you need to do in a day and helps you keep track of that stuff. There's also Asana. I hated Asana. I tried a lot of things, as you noticed. I just didn't love it, but some people love Asana. So what works for me, and what you've been seeing a lot of posts about, is Teamzy. And it was created by a guy who is actually a coach. I don't know if he still is, because I know there's a rule where you can't make money off your downline, like outside of Beachbody. Hold on. Okay, so I don't know if he's still a coach, but he was in the real estate business, and he helped create a, what do they call it? A lead system, a lead generating system for people who were like selling real estate. And so he took what he had done there and he brought it over to Beachbody. And it's what's amazing about it, and Colleen's going to talk about this a little bit too, so I don't want to go too much into it, but it basically tells you who to talk to. So how many of you like sit down at your seat, you know, you're like, okay, I'm going to do a power hour, and then you sit down and you're like, who do I talk to? And you just scroll and scroll and scroll, and you waste so much time like just scrolling Facebook trying to find somebody to message, and before you know it, you've spent 45 minutes and you really haven't done anything. That's what Teamzy solves, at least for me, because all I have to do is log in, and it tells me who I'm talking to. It tells me who my prospects are, who my customers are, who my coaches are. It tracks my invites. It tracks my new people that I add, like if I'm adding friends. So it makes me do that because I hate doing that. It forces me to do that. If you are somebody who has like a little bit of OCD, you'll love it because it fills in circles as you go. And I don't like to go to bed with incomplete circles. It like gives me bad dreams and stuff. So like it really works for me. And there's like sample scripts on here and all of that. The only downside, and I don't know that I would call it a downside, but it definitely can be a roadblock for some of you, is that it costs $30 a month. There's a free trial. And Colleen actually said at first, said, I don't want to spend money on anything right now. And I'm like, well, what if you just do the free trial, see if you like it. If you don't, no big deal. You can cancel. But what if you do love it? And what if it changes your business in that first month and you start to sell more challenge packs, you start to help more people, all of a sudden it's worth it, right? Because you're making money to cover the cost of it. Kelly said she's using Excel too, and that's another good way to track. Like you can do that too. I know I've shown this, and I know Lindsay uses these. It's like the 100 invites list. I just keep filling those in over and over and over again. That's a very visual way to do it. Anyway, back to Teamzy. I'm going to let Colleen talk to you real quick about like how it's changed her business already, like why she loves it, and maybe that will kind of speak to you in a different way than what I'm saying. So unmute yourself.
Hey, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. So I never really tracked much in the past. I was one of those Facebook scrollers. I would scroll and scroll and scroll. I'd sit down to Nurse Christian and I would just scroll, and then I'd be like, ooh, who can I add? Who can I find? And I was one of the ones looking through all the messages of, like Erica said, I was guilty of that. And I'd look through and be like, oh, who haven't I talked to? Or who haven't I added? And I wasn't adding people. I definitely wasn't working. And this has definitely helped me become more organized. I like filling in the circles, just like with my Apple Watch. At the end of the day, my activity rings. Anyone who has an Apple Watch knows that when you get the thing that says all 3 rings have been filled up. So Teamzy is similar to that, where everything gets filled up. So I have added so many people in the last, I guess I'm probably in about I think I've been using it for about a week or maybe it's 2 weeks now, almost 2 weeks probably. Since we came back from Summit, I did the free trial and I love it. I hated the bat. I tried other ways of tracking it and I'd struggle every day. I'd be like, what can I do I tried Excel. I tried I bought a new organizer for myself and I was like, oh, I'll write things down. No, I love technology. Like I put everything in my calendar now, alarms and everything. So it just didn't work for me. This is definitely like yesterday. I'm sure some of you saw it. I was gone all day at Carowinds and I came home and I had nothing filled in and I went on there and I was like, I have to get this done. And I was up late and most nights I'm up, sometimes 11 o'clock at night filling in those circles, but it has really, really changed my outlook and my, I guess just my organization and getting me to actually work. And I can jump on in the middle of the day and just like during my mom pockets because I don't have a power hour with 3 kids home during the summer. I don't have time for that. So I just kind of fill in the gaps and I can log in at any time and just, even if it says you have to invite this person. But honestly, sometimes when I look at that person, I'm like, oh no, I got to send a message to that person or I got to talk to that person. So it definitely forces me out of my comfort zone. Which is obviously good. And that's what we like to do in this business. So I guess I don't really have too much more to say about that.
I think that was perfect. I like the comfort zone thing. I agree with that because a lot of times when someone pops up, I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say, or I don't know, and it forces me to send that message even though I don't want to. And if I didn't have Teamzy, I would have never sent that message, to be honest with you. I would have just skipped right over them. And I had someone pop up. You guys saw I just posted the Change to Life thing. And it's somebody who I had invited and followed up with 3 times, and she ignored me 3 times. And she popped up in my Teamzy yesterday. And I'm like, oh, I really don't want to send her another message. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I sent her a voice text instead. And I just said straight up, I'm not trying to bug you. If you want to tell me no, tell me no. It's not going to hurt my feelings. But I'm a coach and my job is to, help you. And you told me you wanted to change these things. Guess what? She signed up. And so that gave me that push that I needed to send her a message, whereas I don't think I would have before. So I don't want to go too deep into Teamzy right now as far as training goes, just because this is supposed to be a short team call. But we can definitely do a live training in the team page if we need it. There's tons of videos right on the website that you can go to. It's Colleen thought she was going to need a ton of help setting it up. And before we even had a chance to get together, she had already figured it out. It's really easy. And you go in and you can export your Facebook contacts and put them right into Teamzy. You can also export straight from your online office and put into Teamzy. So you're not manually doing that, but you are having to go through and say, okay, this person's a prospect, this person's a coach, this person's a customer, and kind of label them that way. And you also rate them. So 5-star to 1-star, depending on how often you want them to pop up. And you can change that at any time, and you can log the conversation right in there. You choose whether or not it was an invite. It graphs your progress. Basically, you just put in your income goal, and it tells you how many connects you have to make a day. So if you say, Teamzy, I want to make $100,000 this year, they're going to come up and say, well, you need to make this many connects with prospects, this many with customers, and it lays it all out for you. So it's very, very simple. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. If you feel like you need more once you get into it, let us know, and we'll help you. But if you do decide to sign up for the free trial, they just activated a referral program. And if you have, like, if your coach is someone who's signed up with Teamzy, go to them and ask them for the referral program or the referral code, because like it's really good. Like see, this happened before Colleen signed up. I could have sent her a referral code for the free trial, and then once she signs up, I get a free month. So that's a really big deal. So if your coach has Teamzy, ask them. If they don't, just go up in your upline and find the person who has Teamzy and ask them for a referral code before you sign up. We can all help each other out that way. I'm not going to read those because I'm going to get distracted, and it's 8:46. Okay, so Salita is on the phone is what I just read. So Salita, can you unmute yourself? I don't know which one. I see a lot of phones. Oh, wait. I think I just got you. Can you talk? Nope. I don't know. Linz, do you know her? Oh, Erica. Erica, I'll have you go. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Okay. Sorry we jumped on late. This little lady had a poop explosion, the mom life. So, they just wanted so I'm talking about how to go Emerald or getting to Emerald.
Yeah, what did you do to go Emerald?
And I'm really sorry. She's crying right now. My screen is all crazy because my front screen cracked. So I look like sparkly right now. Anyways, going Emerald, from my experience last year and this year is, I felt that it was kind of easy, and I think that it should be the easy part. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hey. Should be the easy part. Going Emerald is just basically having at least two discount coaches underneath of you. So I found that the easiest way to present it to people is just when you're talking to prospects, a lot of people are either obviously drinking the Shakeology or interested in the Shakeology. So I just kind of ask them before I send them the link. Just ask them before I send them the link, are you interested in signing up for the discount option? Regardless if they're getting Shakeology, most people will say, well, of course I want a discount. So I'm just kind of presenting it to them in that way. I found more people just, will say yes. And if they're kind of like hesitant about it because it's a home direct and that they're going to, get a recurring bill, recurring billing or whatever. I just tell them, we'll put you on my calendar. I will remind you 2 weeks before if you need me to help you make any changes, just so that they're feeling better about that. I am so sorry. And then as far as getting a second person, if you have a spouse or significant other, like my significant other and I aren't married technically, but you can still use their name to sign up. If you're getting, like a lot of us are using a performance line in addition to Shakeology. So that is what I did last year and this year. And then you're just ordering your performance line products under your spouse to keep their account active. So that's an easy way to kind of have at least one person that you have for sure control over to get to that Emerald status. And then kind of like Erica and you guys have talked about, when you're trying to get to Diamond, that you need to pad each of your legs. It's the same thing for Emerald, which I actually need to work on now, because if somebody does delay their shipment or you ask somebody and they want to cancel, then you're going to have to, you're going to lose rank. So it's the same kind of thing with Emerald, that you need to make sure that you're building up more people on each side besides just the two. I'm really sorry that she's crying. That's about all that I have right now, because this little lady is losing her mind.
That's okay. That's mom life. I'm like, yes, that you're on here, like broken phone, baby.
Oh my God, it's a disaster.
Those are good tips. I think that's a really good one to write down, is when you're selling a challenge pack, ask them, like give them the option and say, you have two options when you sign. You can do the regular like customer thing. I'm much more eloquent about this when I actually talk to people, but You could do the regular one, or you can sign up, for the discount, and it's the same price either way right now. And then I don't go into crazy details right then. I just present those two options. And then if they say yes, then you're going to talk about, okay, there's this fee, but it's still, you're still saving money and all of that. But you don't have to give all those details up front when you're asking them what they want to do. Just see if they're interested or not, and then go from there. And then, of course, the spouse sign up. Let me see. Salita, I found it. All right, I'm unmuting you now. Okay, go ahead. You should be good. Maybe. Maybe not. All right, I don't know if it's gonna work. I know she's unmuted because I have the right number. Kind of. All right, why don't we do this? Since I can't really hear you very well, I know I think Chris is gonna go live in the team page soon. We'll have Salita do the same thing and share any tips that she has that are different than what Erica said. I think it's really valuable to hear from other people who are at your level because, basically, we always say this, the diamonds, we don't want you guys to put us on a pedestal because we're seriously the same as you. We're not any different. We're not like some spectacular person that knows it all. We're just learning just like you are. We've just been doing it a little bit longer. And basically diamond is just going emerald over and over and over again. You just do it like you're signing up two people, and you're focused on going emerald over and over again so you can get to diamond. And then when you get to diamond, it's the same thing. Now you're helping other people do the same thing with emerald so that you can get to star diamond. So really, once you simplify that process of getting your two coaches, it's just super easy from there. Well, I won't say super easy. It's not easy, but it's simple, right? That's what I mean. The process is simple. It's not always easy to do, but at least we know what to do. Lindsay, where are you? I'm scrolling. Do you have anything to add?
I just want to say tomorrow starts the Team Cup Bingo. If you guys want to wait until August 1st, since August 1st is the official start of Team Cup, that's fine. But if you want to count your stuff for tomorrow, go ahead and do that. I didn't see any questions on the video that I did about Team Cup. I know it got a little interrupted at the end. So if you have any questions, just let me know. But make sure you print your bingo cards and make sure you print all of them and try to block out all of them in the month of August. There are some prizes up for grabs.
I'm really excited about that. And if you are a team captain on Team Cup, use this as an opportunity. I was just talking to Erica Bew about this because she's stepping up to be a captain. Use it as an opportunity to really hone in on your leadership skills. It doesn't matter what rank you are. We always say that. You can practice being a leader right now. And even if you aren't team captain, step up and be a leader. And for the love of God, do not disappear on your team. Even if you're having trouble, even if you're struggling, even if you're at 0 and your team's at 64, don't disappear because no one's going to be upset with you for not getting Success Club points. It's a team effort. It's supposed to be fun. So don't feel bad if you're struggling and you're a little bit behind. It's just supposed to be fun, a chance to work as a team and reach out and say, can you guys help me and maybe give me some tips?
Yeah, this is a great time for you to share in that smaller group, what works for you and try something new this month that maybe you haven't been exposed to before.
Yeah, and we all have different strengths. We all are good at different things. So make sure you're asking for help. There's things I still have no idea, that I suck at, that Lindsay's really good at. And, we're always picking each other up in those areas. So don't be afraid to ask for help, guys. I think that's it. So sorry we couldn't get Salita's phone to work, but she will share at some point. So be on the lookout for that. And then make sure you watch Lindsay's Shift Shop video so you know what's going on with that. Cup, bingo.
Can I share one more thing? I'm sorry.
Yep.
I put it in the chat thread, but I want to make sure everyone saw it. If you have, while you were doing Shift Shop, this round, I know we still have a week left, but while you were doing it, if you had like an aha moment or some big takeaway or something that would, like a big reflection that would really help the challengers that are about to start, will you message me privately and give me permission to assign you a day to go into the group and go live and share that? Because I don't want it to be all me. I do think that us doing this together as a team is a huge strength. And we need to take advantage of that in the challenge group. So if you have something you want to share, maybe it's even something like a recipe you came up with, and instead of just sharing it in the group, you want to go live and talk about why it was really beneficial. Like one girl in our test group, she realized like on day 3 that peanut butter was a big trigger for her, and that if she ate it, she wanted like chocolate and sugar and cake and all this stuff. So she switched up her snacks and started doing like sliced tomatoes and some other stuff, balsamic vinegar, things like that. So that was really big that she went in live and kind of talked about a trigger, because it made me realize that I was having triggers and not even realizing they were triggers. But if I avoided them, it made it a lot easier for me. Just anything that you think could benefit. That'd be nice.
Awesome. All right, look at this timing. We're good. All right, guys, if you don't have anything else, we're going to end it. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'll share this in the team page for anybody who missed it.